Hi, Riley Reynolds with Chronicles of Liberty, special edition. Let's talk about the sheriff's race for a second. So, I'm hearing a lot of people telling me how good the candidates are. They're nice people, this, that, the other thing. Um, frankly, I don't care how nice a person is. If we don't have anybody here that's going to protect our constitutional rights, our God given rights, the natural rights of man, defend the supreme law of the land, who understands the Constitution. I don't care how nice a person is. If he's not going to do that, if he's not going to defend yours and my rights, why do we want them to be the sheriff of our county? And so here, as we sit here and we're listening to all these people, maybe their wife's an amazing person. Okay, I get it. Oh, great. Let's enjoy it on Sunday. But for the sheriff, this is an elected position. And back in 2012, I was a big Ron Paul supporter. And I had studied all the candidates. Here we had Mitt Romney running. And we had a county caucus here at the high school. And I remember walking into an auditorium with 1,200 people. And I was getting booed. I was getting jeered at. People were making fun of being a Ron Paul supporter. But I had already studied Mitt Romney. I'd already identified what his voting record had been both in Massachusetts as a governor. I mean, he was irresponsible fiscally. He was no conservative. That's for dang sure. And yet everybody was so happy for Mitt Romney. And I told many people, I said, it's no better for you to vote for Mitt Romney because he's Mormon than it is for some black person to vote for Barack Obama because he's black. And honestly, people, this is not the time or season in our lives to vote for a nice person. This is the time in our season for the Constitution to be upheld and maintained. And we need to recognize that of the candidates running, there are not many that actually even think about the Constitution, let alone your God-given right or my God-given right, and the Constitution that protects those rights. So I'm appealing to you, citizens of Franklin County, to pay attention to the candidates that you're looking at. And if they're a nice guy, great. They'll be a nice guy tomorrow when they don't win the sheriff's race. If their wife is nice, or their brother-in-law is nice, or whoever is nice, or I love their parents, I don't care. If they're not here to uphold the Constitution and to maintain these things that we hold so dear, or should hold so dear. Because when the ATF comes for your guns, or the FBI knocks on your door because you put a Facebook post up, or when some anonymous tip sends a red flag law into action where they come break down your door and probably going to kill you like they have everybody else so far. The federal government and the federal agencies of law enforcement have been weaponized. And if you don't see it, I can't help you see it. But if you're blind to the realities that we're facing in 2024 of what's happening, I would urge you to wake up. And if nothing else, at least look at the local candidates. In the primary that we have coming up, we have 3 candidates running as a Republican sheriff candidate. Only one of them even talks about the Constitution, and that's Mike Wilson. The rest of them couldn't care. They don't care. And so if you want to do something right, put your blinders on, whether they're religion or they're nice or the color of their skin, and vote for what they actually stand for. What is their moral character? What is it that they bring that you know will protect you and your family against a federalized government or an invasion from illegal immigrants or illegal aliens is what they're called. But people, we've got to step up and do the right thing in this election. Franklin County has a chance here to do the right thing. And I'm urging you all to get out there and vote on May 21st in the primary election and do this. Do this for our children and our grandchildren. If it's not for you, put somebody in that's constitutional, that recognizes the Constitution as the supreme law of the land. I beg of you. That's all I got to say.